Hey everybody, Carl here from Abt at CES 2017. We're here with Mike from Kenwood. He's going to tell us a little bit about something that is becoming more and more important as drivers get worse and worse. We're looking at some dash cams here. And Mike, can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, I'm a really good driver, by the way, so I'm not necessarily needing one of these. But if I did, dash cams are becoming a big deal, specifically because of liability issues with driver distractions and just for overall safety. We have a new radio and a new DRV, or digital dash recorder, coming out this spring, DRV-520, and it's going to be a very ergonomic. It works really well as far as not being in a blind spot or creating a blind spot for you, but more importantly, it connects proprietary to a new radio we have coming out, or a new multimedia piece we have coming out this year, called the DMX7704S. And is what this radio is going to allow you to do is actually control the camera from the touchscreen of the radio.
All right.
And what's really cool is some of the feature sets we have is impact sensor, so if somebody sideswipes me or hits me, that camera is going to start recording immediately, and it will capture that event. And we can actually even change the times. So we can say we want it to record for 15 seconds, or we want it to record for 30 seconds, or we want it to record for up to a minute.
Okay.
And it will save that recording time for up to that minute, dump it in some memory that it cannot be erased until you get it on a computer or anything.
All right.
But the ability to control it from the touchscreen, you can pull up all those options on the touchscreen, set your parameters from the touchscreen, and the other thing is, it will even alert you if you're about ready to get in a wreck or an accident. So if you're not paying attention, all of a sudden you come up on a whole bunch of traffic on the Dan Ryan that all of a sudden has just came to a screeching stop. Now all of a sudden it's going to show up on your Kenwood touchscreen in a big bold, hey, by the way, accident avoidance, and it will also come through the audio system, will audibly alert you as well.
Okay.
So some of the things, lane departure warning, we'll just let it go through. Some of its virtual salesperson here, and maybe it will show us the departure delay is another good one. If you're looking down from your cell phone, maybe you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, sitting in a stoplight, it will say, hey, by the way, the people in front of you have departed. You need to pay attention and go.
So it helps with preventing people behind you from getting mad at you.
Yes, exactly. And then as we just saw, the forward collision warning as well. So if someone slams on their brakes and you just didn't happen to pay attention, again, this is going to come over the audio system, and it's also going to show up on the screen visually as well.
Cool. And the 520 then, is that going to get hardwired into the car, or does that run on its own battery? How does that hook up?
Yeah, that's going to be hardwired into the car, so you definitely want professional installation on this particular unit. And again, if you're having it installed with the DMX7704S anyway, it's just, you might as well have it all professionally installed at Abt and be done with it, because they're going to be the best ones to install it, and it will be done professionally that way. It will have all the parameters set up the best possible way, because there are some setup features on these things, like you do need to set up like distances and heights as well, because the camera needs to know essentially vertically how far it is off the ground to set all of these other parameters. And if you don't set those, then it's not going to work the way it's supposed to.
Sure. Now, do you have to use those two pieces together, the 520 with the 7704, or does that just give you more features if you use them together?
Correct. It actually gives you more features if you use them together. Okay. However, the 520 you do not have to use with the radio. It is actually a standalone DRV recorder by itself. But it doesn't have a screen on it. So really, if you want to make any parameter adjustments, you either have to do it on the computer itself, or you have to do it through a set of sequences with a bunch of little buttons and stuff like that. So
sounds like fun.
Yeah, so using the radio is definitely the way to go, at least for this. We make its little brother, the DRV-410, that does have its own LCD touchscreen, LCD screen.
Okay. So not a touchscreen on that one.
It's not a touchscreen, but you can essentially set all the parameters a lot easier because you have that LCD screen. You can go through a menu system on that one. So if you just want to stand alone, that one might be a better one to use. The 520 is a little bit more designed to be ran off of the Kenwood touchscreen.
Gotcha. And for memory, you're just using a micro SD card. How are we recording?
Yeah, correct. It's a micro SD card. You can expand the memory on the micro SD card. You can actually go up to 64 gigabytes on the SD card. And the other thing with the Kenwood DRV recorders is we record actually in an Ultra HD.
Okay.
So you get a much wider screenshot. I'm not sure how many people understand. If you go from 1920 resolution width-wise all the way up to ours is a 2304, you actually pick up more. You actually see a wider screenshot than you would with a different DRV.
Cool.
So your screen actually becomes bigger. You see an extra foot over here and an extra foot over here. So that car coming through the intersection, you're going to see that the red light was you had the green and they had the red right before they had the yellow or whatever the case may be.
All right, very cool. All right, a lot of great features on these dash cams. Definitely check these out. Make sure you sign up for our YouTube channel to stay up to date on what we're looking at here at CES 2017. Mike, thanks for all the info. We appreciate it. And guys, also make sure to check out blog.abt.com.